Right, so finally got some interesting weather. We're in Tulsa. Uh, just did some cloud surfing around Tulsa International here in the rain. It's really awesome. I've made some graphics adjustments, dropped the driver back to an older driver. I think it's 453.7. Anyway, start playing around with some settings. One of them I found was global scale in the NVIDIA Steam settings, and increase that a little bit. Makes the cockpit look more realistic. Same thing out the window. So we got some storms. We're just playing around, checking out the visuals. I've got nose wheel steering working. It's not the best in the world, but it's functional. Gotta really stay on it. I'm using the twist action on my joystick, and for the steer tiller. All right, we're on 3-6 right. We're going to make another round just like I did. The clouds were awesome. I'll see if I can't get up there. We'll go ahead and bump up 10,000 feet. Cycle the flight director here. Toggle mode all set. Just set the trim here right before I hammer it. This nose wheel steering is pretty finicky. We'll go wet runway. .2. Check. Landing lights on, everything's good to go. Toga toga. It's a kidding bug. I'm shooting the ILS on 1.8 left today. Toga power set. Using tiller. Going to rudders. I didn't put my V1 in, but that's alright. Right in there, V1, rotate. Gear up. Heading mode, speed mode at 600 feet. We can go autopilot above the ground. There we go, autopilot. Won't see much till we get up a little higher, so we'll go ahead and set climb speed 250. There we go, 230. Swing her around to the west. We're looking up, going into the clouds on this one, that's for sure. Flaps up. wipers off. There we go. Look at this stuff now. Woo! I was in some real darkies there a few minutes ago. We'll cut back south. That's where the big ominous ones were earlier. One 180, there we go. It's a real good looking thunderstorms back off to the south. Worth looking at. Disarm the thrust reversers. So we'll fly through that over there. It was cool looking. We'll do a big circle around. And this is the real weather going on over Tulsa right now. So, for those of you interested, I'm running the valve index 457.3 driver, I believe. So if you come into settings, per application video settings, it's not going to let me run now. Anyway, you can go in there and change the global size, and default was 100. I think I took it to 105, 106, and it just enlarged the world a little bit, which I actually think fits better, looks more realistic in VR. And then I've done a pretty good job of tweaking in the super sampling and the scale rendering. I think I've got it set at 80, and I'm super sampling pretty goddamn high, and got some pretty clear instruments for the valve index. Gonna lean in just about that much and they clear right up. So we'll keep a sight on Tulsa there, which is right there. Slow her down. So we'll take a tour through these big thunderheads there and look for some turbulence. Very impressive. Down to about 300 feet visibility on landing. And we'll just take a little tour through these. Let's just drop down to about 9,000. Vertical speed that. And the shadows in the cockpit and the way everything reflected and looked, and oh, it was just too cool. See the rain hitting over there. spectacular. The way the sun and pretty much in the soup. You can see things are moving. Some of those lightning flashes really blind you. You just get a complete whiteout. So I think I found a good combination that brings out the instrument displays nice and clear. Probably not as good as the G2, but I mean it's really good for the index. Found a post online, guy pretty technical on everything, and followed his lead into it. Look at that. Oh yeah. Woo! Well, if we had radar, they'd probably show red. We wouldn't be doing this. And I'm not getting bounced around it hardly at all. So let's turn south. And we'll go in for the ILS 1.8 lift. So we'll come on down to 2,500. Vertical speed that. Really dim this dude. Ooh, that one. It's enough to make you jump. This is what this simulator can do. Look at that. Love this CRJ. Yeah. I finally got the graphics tweaked just about perfect. I'm afraid to touch it after this. It's pretty nice. So if anybody runs across this video and wants to know my settings, just send me a comment and I'll go through what I've got. I'm just following other people's leads out there. And this one was a good one, especially dropping back the drivers. So we'll then descend on down through this next cloud layer. We'll just slow that rate of descent down. Yeah, with that global scale setting, it kind of disappears in the settings, and then exits Steam, and then it's back there next time you open it up. And it seemed like I'd go in there and adjust it 3 or 4 times, it'd end up disappearing. I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, I've nailed it. So according to the dude, 210 is the minimum clean speed, so we're totally flaps up. We'll go ahead and drop that speed down to 210. Get that set there. There's a mark. Stay above that. Our next step would be 186 and VREF is 136. We'll go ahead and set that up. So when you hit that lower set button right here, that actually sets the VREF down there on your speed bug. And of course you get the mark at 188. And watching the dude, he keeps it at that 188 as he's hitting that approach, and then gets on final and starts getting slowed down and dropping the rest of the flaps with the gear. I'll go flaps 8 or 20 there after we drop below 210, and then keep the power up, and then as we drop gear we'll go 30, and he says fully configured by 1,000 feet. So we'll see how it goes. Send that back in. Toss it just about due west of us. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Daddy, what's the fast one? Middle sparrow?
Nice. Alright, we got a localizer live. We got a course of 180. We got 10 miles past it here. Get that glide slope up a little higher. Practice slowing down the aircraft. Almost got our altitude, 2,500. Comes some rain. Chance to show off the windshield wipers. We'll go to intermittent. Just love the conditions. It goes sunny in here to dark. There's ground contact. Yeah. This is flight simulation. Alright, we got our altitude. We'll go a little bit further out. Cut her back. West. Watching our speeds. .210 minimum clean. The blue T is our 188. Woo! Can't see. And drop her on down through there. 14 miles out. That's rain. We're going to get some right here. We should get a wet windshield here in a second. With the sun shining through there. There it is. Look at that. We'll go flaps 8. Maintain our 188. Go ahead and go to approach mode. Localizer's captured. They're 12 miles out. Center course 180. Or we could just do a long press of the heading bug and it'll center, sync up. I'll go ahead and do that, get that out of the way. We're going to arm reversers. A little slow, bump up the power. Waiting for localizer capture. Once we latch onto the glide slope, we'll drop gear and then begin configuration. Go ahead and do flaps 20. Speed up. Glide slope captured, localizer captured. Gear down. Start descent. Start slowing her down to our 136, which is already marked on our speed bug. And the flaps 30. We're at 1,300 feet, radar altimeter, fully configured by 1,000. Going down, 1,100 to go, flaps full. Looking for our, we'll fly a little over the mark. There we go, fully configured. Stable. There's our runway. This time you can see the rabbits you couldn't before. It means the weather's dynamic, it's moving. Keep our speed up. Hand on the yoke, get ready to disarm autopilot. Tailwind to 10 knots. $200 will come off autopilot.
500.
Check. Roadway in sight.
300. 200.
My aircraft.
100. 50. 40. 30.
30. Back to idle.
20.
Slight flare. One bit boy settle.
10.
Thrust reverse. Steered out. Braking. Woo! 60 knot. Thrust reverse is off. Catch the high speed turnoff. And this is right where I was when I took off. So each little quick twist I do is 5 degrees of turn on the nozzle gear. The back left, or I got a button you just do a quick center because it can get out of control on you quick.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
So I need to practice some hard turns and then back. You'll be ahead of it a little bit. Ready to hit that center button. Well, a lot more practice I get, the better I get at it. A little parking spot right here. Yeah, parking brake set. Anchors on. You going quick. Scrub up. Wait for the APU to get on. We'll get a green light right there when it's available. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the flight director. Flaps up. So the reversers. Waiting on the APU to spin. There it is. Alright. Alright. What a ride. See you later.